Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gettysburg College for an early edition of Facebook Live. Thank you for joining us. My name is Braden Snyder, and this morning we're joined by two members of the Gettysburg College indoor track and field teams who will compete at the Centennial Conference Championships this weekend at Ursinus College. Seated to my left is Nate Wojick. He's a senior co-captain from Milford, New Jersey. Nate is a middle distance specialist who will compete in 4 events this weekend, including 3 relays. He is the top seed in the conference in the 800-meter run, an event in which he ranks second in school history. To my far left is Amanda Asaro, also a senior captain from Mount Kisco, New York. She's also a middle distance specialist who will compete in 3 events this weekend. She set the school record in the mile earlier this month. So welcome, Nate and Amanda. Thanks for joining us here on a Friday morning. First of all, the obvious question for you guys is, how have you been enjoying this spring-like weather? It must be strange, I guess, at this time of year running in shorts and a t-shirt and not having to sidestep snowbanks and black ice. So how's it been training this week?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely awesome. You know, you love warm weather. I'm personally a summer guy. I don't really like the winter. So anytime you can train when it's 70 degrees out is great. And you know, also, since we don't have an indoor track, training, sometimes, you know, we're constricted to the field house, so having this weather is really nice. We can work out on the outdoor track a lot, and I think that helps our training a lot, and that's shown this year. So,
Amanda, what's your take then on that?
I also am loving the weather. I think it gets us excited to be outside and really brings everyone's spirits up, even though obviously we all are doing this because we love it. It's hard when it's freezing and cold, but it's really been great so far.
Can you just talk a bit about your training leading into this meet? At this point, you know, you've put in the mileage early in the season, even cross-country season, so I'm assuming it's more about speed work, I guess, as you gear up for these championship meets indoors.
Yeah, so usually we have 2 workouts a week and a race on Saturday. And so this week we just had 1 workout on Tuesday, and it was pretty low volume, definitely high speed. So it was high intensity and low volume just to get us tuned up for this weekend. So.
Comment from John Gutowski: Amanda is the greatest of all time.
Oh, we have just got a comment in on our Facebook Live. John Gutowski saying Amanda's the greatest of all time. Thank you for that compliment. I'm sure Amanda appreciates the support. So, well, before we look at this weekend's meet, I thought I would just ask each of you to kind of just briefly touch on the indoor season up to this point. Both of you have had numerous outstanding performances. It's really been a great winter for the two of you. I guess I'll start with you, Amanda. You know, you broke the indoor school record in the mile at Bucknell a couple of weeks ago, running against Division I and II competition with a time of 5 minutes and 12 seconds. Can you reflect on that race and what you recall and how you were able to break the school record?
So I think all of us who went to Bucknell were really excited because we knew it was going to be great competition. I mean, when everyone else is running fast, you have no other choice but to hold on tight and then hopefully have a good kick in the end. So that was my game plan, to go in and just run with these girls who had such great talent. And honestly, I mean, even in the end, I didn't know that I did so well until Coach comes onto the track and pulls me off, and he was excited. But yeah, it was a really great feeling, and I'm definitely happy to keep lowering that bar.
And Nate, if you can talk about one of your top races, which came just this past weekend at the Susquehanna Invitational, where you placed 3rd out of 55 competitors in your specialty event, I guess is the 800-meter run. You finished less than half second behind only a pair of runners who were ranked in the top 30 in Division III. Nearly broke the school record as well with your time of 1:55.69. Can you just take us through your performance at Susquehanna this past Saturday? How were you able to have such a strong performance?
Yeah, absolutely. I knew that those 2 kids going in were going to run fast, so I figured, like Amanda said, you know, you just got to hold on tight and, you know, hopefully you can finish hard. I know I was in good shape, so I went out hard and, you know, was able to finish, you know, and I'm happy with my performance, and it bodes well for this weekend. You know, it gives me confidence for this weekend. And, yeah, I'm just looking forward to running fast this weekend as well.
Now, the two of you have well, Amanda, you set a school record, but the team as a whole has had some great performances. Ben Tabor has broken 2 school records in the 3,000 and the 5,000. Ezekiel Omasanya just edged the school record in the 60-meter dash. So, I don't know, Nate, can you touch on some of those performances as well as from some of your teammates?
Yeah, definitely. It's always a joy for me to watch my teammates, especially when they break a school record. You know, it's exciting. And such a young talent, Zeke, great personality. I love the kid. And to see him perform so well as a freshman, it's a great feeling for, it bodes well for, the future of our program. And Ben Tabor, he's an outstanding runner, so he goes out there and he broke the 3K and the 5K record, which I expect him to. And it's awesome to watch him do that too,
Yeah, it's really been a great winter. And also to be noted, Sarah Graham, another senior, broke the school record in the shot put. So she now has the indoor and outdoor records in the shot put. So it's just really been a great winter overall. Now, the two of you have been part of a very talented and deep middle distance crew this year. Both teams have really just posted some outstanding performances in their relays. The women's team won the 4x800 at Susquehanna early in the season. And then at the same meet, the men's 4x8 ran Gettysburg's best time since 1964. So I guess my question to you as competitors would be, what has it been like competing in training with such a talented group of middle distance runners each and every day?
Sure. I think that we have a lot of talent, and coming off of that, everyone wants to work together to better improve themselves, and that ultimately helps improve everyone else. So I think we're really lucky and blessed for our team and the talent and just pure passion for the sport.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely when you have such, talent, everyone's trying to push each other and get better. So, training is always, fun, and, it's always a competition. But, at the end of the day, we're teammates, so we encourage each other, we push each other, we give each other support. So it's a great system. So.
I'll turn to this weekend's championship at Ursinus. I guess, Amanda, maybe I'll start with you. Can you talk about how this meet differs from most meets throughout the season? Most meets during invitationals, no team scoring is usually, there's not usually team scoring. The focus is more on individual performances. Can you describe what it's like, I guess, when the focus shifts more on the team at the conference meet?
Sure. So how this works is everyone's trying to get top 8 to score. So there's definitely a lot of pressure, a lot of excitement to get into that, to not only better your own time because the competition's going to be awesome, but also to score for your team and help your team's overall ending in the race or the whole meet overall. And it's going to be 2 long days coming our way, so we're just going to keep pushing till we hopefully get what we want.
Yeah, Nate, we mentioned earlier that you will be competing in 4 events. 3 of those are relays. Can you talk about how challenging it is to compete at a 2-day meet like this, where you're competing in a lot of events and back-to-back days as compared to during the season where it's usually a 1-day meet?
Absolutely. So leading up, Coach usually puts me in multiple events at every meet. So, I get the experience to do 3 or 4 events in a day. And this is over 2 days, so it's a little bit different, but it's similar where, you have to warm up a little harder on the next day just to loosen up because you're tight from the previous day. And so it is a challenge, but it's definitely doable, and I think it's easier to do it over 2 days than to do all of it on the same day where, you're eventually getting tired. And so, it's different, but it's going to be fun.
And it should be noted you will be running back-to-back events, I guess, late in the meet, the 4x800 followed by the 4x400. It's got to be a grueling experience, but I know you've had a great season and you've put in the training, so I'm sure you'll be ready for it. I guess maybe my last question would be, what would a successful weekend look like for the teams this weekend, or for you individually? I don't know if you want to talk about what you'd like to accomplish as an individual as well.
I personally would love to keep lowering that mile time down and hopefully place well in the conference. And also I'm a part of 2 relays as well. So, right now we have a pretty stacked set of relays, which is exciting. For the DMR, we're 10th in school history, so I know that we can definitely raise that. And and then the 4x8 as well. I think we have a really exciting weekend ahead of us, and I'm excited to see what we can do.
Yeah, I think our team goal kind of stems from everyone's individual goals of, lowering their times or, breaking their PRs. So collectively, if everyone performs well, then obviously our team's going to do well. So our focus is just to go out there and perform to the best of our ability and, run the relays hard and break our previous records in those. And we know we'll place well if we do that. So that's probably our main goal.
Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Asaro and Nate Wojick of the men's and women's indoor track and field teams, thanks so much for taking your time out here on a Friday morning and day before your biggest meet of the year. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, the Bullets will be competing at the Centennial Conference Indoor Championships this weekend at Ursinus College. You can follow all of the action live by visiting gettysburgsports.com and clicking on the links for live video. There's going to be a live video feed, it appears, or live results as well. We thank you for following along again this morning, and go Bullets.